And there, internet, there it is. Booyakasha. It's a saying. He's on fire. We're doing the football dances again. Nice. It's always a good place to start.
That's a hard gibbon. Right.
Well,
should we do this podcast?
If I can remember.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 244, despite the very first thing I've written on this document in front of me. And my name is Alex, and I'm joined by my good friend Ash, who is also here. Hey, buddy.
I'm here. Hey, buddy. How's it going? It's 244. The one after 243, which was a few weeks ago, buddy.
It was. I think the world's got a little bit weirder since the last time we recorded this show.
Yeah.
Now no one's allowed to go outside, or I can't remember.
Hey, I'm allowed to go outside. I've got a special letter that says I can go outside.
There you go. He's on diplomatic community. He's getting the band back together. He's on a mission from God and or Alderaan.
God, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd prefer the second, I think.
Alderaan.
Yeah.
Strange decision. Well, yeah, you're allowed outside, but I have to stay in my bedroom and work for 9 hours a day. So that's what I'm doing. And the less said about that, the better. Although I think the most exciting aspect, probably, is the constant, exciting struggle to source food and that sort of thing.
That is one of the hot topics of right now. I've got it written down. Food situation.
The situation, dangerous.
It's not. God. Well, yeah. You know, it's food for the situation.
For the situation.
Got to keep it up, you know. Yeah, got to
keep it up.
All times.
Metaphorical feeding of the situation, aka nutrients.
Yes, nutrients
ingested into the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's. I've.
How's your food situation right now?
My food situation basically has led into some sort of post-apocalyptic world where I now have suppliers rather than a supermarket.
Nice.
I've got had a couple of kegs of beer delivered from a local pub. There's an Italian deli that I'm now part of a WhatsApp group for. They send me a message when they get eggs and peppers and shit, and we can go and get them.
Nice. Yeah, you're on the insider.
Inside track, buddy. Yeah. I've got a large
some sort of insider trader.
I've got is that legal? Delivery coming tomorrow.
Okay,
They're going to text me when they arrive. It's coming down from Edinburgh.
Like you
I'm
do.
not lying about anything. All of this is true.
This is weird.
I placed an order for meat. It cost me £9 delivery. It's 400 miles, by the way, to Edinburgh. I now know.
I mean, it's quite a long distance for some meat.
32 sausages, 16 burgers.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 1.5 kilos of buffalo mince.
Nice.
I've cleared the freezer out already. We've only got a freezer box, but I've cleared all that shit, buddy.
Yeah, you don't need them.
And between my special corner shop that has a secret areum that people don't know about, where they've got sanitizer and bog roll, to the Italian deli I'm part of the WhatsApp group for, to the Edinburgh butcher that's delivering me meat tomorrow. I'm fucking gravy, buddy. How about you?
I mean, seeing as I'm outside, I just go to the shop on my way home.
Just go to the shop. It's just absolutely outrageous, but that's what he does.
I mean, I'm outside anyway, so I'm fucked. Yeah, well, you know, nip to Aldi on a Thursday, get my beer running. You know,
stuff.
Yeah, I got my. I had a lovely pork loin roast on Sunday. It was great. There was loads of shit there. It was ace.
Fucking why not, eh?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm fucking tooled up when I go in there, though. Like, face mask.
Axe on his back.
Axe on the back, yeah. Gloves on.
Boiler suit, yeah.
Snow boots.
Steampunk goggles.
Yeah, like...
Yep.
some sort of yappy dog as well.
Yep.
Maybe a lesbian sidekick. I don't know.
Yeah, so lesbian sidekick with a javelin.
Yeah, with a javelin.
It's got a javelin.
Yeah.
There with barbed wire around it.
Yeah.
So I mean, when are we allowed to start putting like the bodies of children on our cars as like hood ornaments and wearing like pimp leather? Because that's what I'm after at this point.
Any day now. I mean,
I was under the impression there'd be a lot more leather.
Ladies' choice, really. I mean, in this weather that for some reason has suddenly occurred in the past few days.
It's going to be warm for the leather, but then Mad Max was in the fucking desert, man. Like, sometimes you just have to accept these things.
Yeah, I guess, it's good protection from the sun, if anything.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. It's going to keep you safe, keep that cancer at bay.
Breathable. Yeah. I suppose probably worth asking as you're mentioning your food and drink situation, buddy. What are you drinking this evening?
Well, luckily, Aldi still have a lot of the Rheinbacher in stock, so I'm just drinking that all goddamn day, buddy.
Oh, lovely, buddy. Very nice.
How about you? You said something about some kegs getting delivered. That sounds fruity.
Yes, buddy. Oh, yes. I got me Burning Sky here, which I've kind of drained
fitting
quite a lot
with the situation. Nice.
But shit, don't you worry, because I've got some sort of double dry hop pale I haven't even got onto yet.
I feel like in this pandemic, you're absolutely smashing it with, like craft ale in like kegs. You're getting like exquisite meats from another country, be it Scotland. I'm just saying. You're like.
I'm eating like a king, buddy.
Yeah, and then this chump just goes to the shop. He's like, whatever.
You should see my vegetables, honestly. Sometimes he chuck in some herbs. Today he was like,
mate, why not?
Have a bit of parsley, have a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal my sources, of course. I'm not
no, obviously,
where I'm getting any of this stuff from.
I wouldn't.
But yeah, the kegs, buddy. They were 5 litre kegs of the good stuff, not your fucking run of the mill shit. So this is a lovely Burning Sky. It's a beautiful beer, and it's going down very smooth, I have to say, very smooth indeed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that's the food situation sorted.
That's the apocalypse tackled, I would say.
Nailed it. I mean, you spoke about putting like child ornaments and stuff on your cars. I wouldn't bother, mate. No one's on the fucking roads. My commute to work takes me 10 minutes now, where usually it would take half an hour.
There you go. That's all you need.
It's probably the best driving experience I've ever had. It's fucking lovely. I'm like, this is very relaxing. There's no cunt on the road. Before cars were made.
Yeah, back into there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm loving it. Just cranking the tunes on. There's loads of people out running around and on bikes, which is annoying. They're getting in the way, but soon enough, I'm sure I'll be able to just mow them down. I'm guessing that's allowed.
I would say so. Like, why not?
Yeah. Get them like what's the snow plow on the front of the car and stuff? Just straight through.
Yeah, why not? Eh?
Maybe kind of take some pointers from Robot Wars, get some spinning discs on there.
Spinning do.
Spinning do indeed, buddy. But yeah. So
just before we continue, I just realised that I've got I've got Spotify connected to Discord, and it keeps pausing because I'm in like voice chat.
You don't want that.
Spotify. The missus is using it in the other room, and it keeps pausing. That's presumably in the other room. It's not really my problem, not at least at the moment. But if I nip it in the bud now, then it won't be my problem later, buddy. So,
you're going to want to disable that. Doing that
disconnecting
kind of thing.
Spotify there. There we go.
Yeah. And everything is good in the world.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, so driving out and about, it's easy peasy, Fucking, I don't like seeing a lot of people out on my way home today, because obviously it was, I don't know what the temperature was. It was definitely t-shirt and shorts weather. Every cunt was at the park. I don't know why.
Yep.
I mean, thanks those guys.
Cheers for that.
I have to go out and go to work and then come home and do my bit. But these cunts, obviously, they can't do that.
It's important to have a tan, buddy. Because it goes well with the leather and the chains.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then okay. Yeah.
There you go.
I've been doing some bits and bobs around the house over the weekend, which has been very unlike me recently. I've been very lazy, but don't know if you can see. I've put some pictures up in the room.
I can see, but
I say pictures, they're frames, and inside it says Dunelm Essentials on each one.
Yeah, you're just such a huge fan.
Flying the exquisite art, even.
Yeah.
You know, so just trying to find something to put in there. Maybe I'm thinking a bit of Firewatch artwork. You know,
very nice. Yeah,
because Cosmic Dad brought that up in the chat, and I was like, shit, yeah, I do love that game. And I do have it as my desktop wallpaper and my PS4 theme, so probably only fitting to put some Firewatch in there.
I've been playing a game this week a bit like Firewatch.
Oh. I mean, do we just go straight into it now, or is that
I was just saying.
Okay.
Just cheeking it in there. The verb to cheek.
Oh, I like it. And other things I did. I was in the garden, and I was on the patio, buddy.
My god! The first of the year.
Indeed, buddy. Bit of patio chat. I'll see if I can find the jingle. I doubt I will, but who knows?
Dig it up.
I'll give it a go. Patio chat, digging and stuff. I got the old pressure washer out and gave it a massive blast of water. It was mint. And I didn't realise that my patio was a different colour underneath all the shit of God knows how many years the people before me were here and didn't obviously clean it, which was nice. Like, literally, there's 4 steps coming out one of the back doors. They're just like slabs. I just thought they were black. I literally thought they were black. No. They're like kind of a stony brown. Yeah. So, there you go. Found that out.
Coloured. Yeah.
Like the stone. That is coloured stone. But yeah, bit of patio chat for you there, buddy.
Very nice.
Apart from that, been playing some games. Mainly one. Mainly because I can't be asked to do anything when I get home. Because, bit stressed out. I'm in good spirits today, though. Which is nice.
Yeah, well, it's podcast day, so I don't blame you. You were thinking all day, I presume. Holy shit! Am I actually going to get the?
Is the internet going to work?
Opportunity to just speak to Alex this evening, and here I am, buddy.
There you are, and everything is good. So I'm happy with that.
All is well in the world.
Some of the games, I guess, that I've been playing. I'm going to start off with Spider-Man. The PS4 exclusive, I guess it is, isn't it? It is.
Yes.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, this game looks amazing. I mean, you went into a lot of detail about it a few podcasts ago. I can't remember when. Main things that I really like. Swinging.
Yep.
Big fan of the swinging. But mainly when you mentioned the whole fact that the orchestral score kicks in when you start swinging. Like, literally, that is absolutely fucking fantastic. The way that's been implemented is just... It adds so much more depth to that not monotonous thing of just getting from A to B. It just makes it feel that more exciting. And, you know, you start messing about when you get some unlocks and things like that and jazzing it up, let's say. And it's a load of fun. It's a really good game. I'm still not a fan of this kind of combat, even though this game does do it a lot better than others. It's very quick paced, and then you've got your little spidey sense for dodge. I find myself sometimes in situations where I don't really want to be there. Say like there's a brute or something, and someone shooting me, I'm like, okay, well, I get the long distance ones first out of the way, but then something happens and it goes wrong, and then I die, and I'm like, well, I don't feel like that was my fault, but okay, kind of thing. It's still got those kind of issues to it, but it is a lot smoother. I mentioned, or I asked you when you played it about the camera movement. It's fantastic compared to a lot of third-person games.
It doesn't miss a beat, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get in a situation where it's obscured in some way or it's really detrimental to what you're doing. I think more often than not, it's your own sort of spamming of controls that puts you in trouble. But the game kind of forces your hand there, and sometimes things get a bit frantic. And it's great. I actually dipped into Batman Arkham Knight this week very briefly because I thought, well, I've really enjoyed this Spider-Man game, and I know that Rocksteady are supposed to be the kings of that sort of combat. So I thought I'd give it a go. I really didn't like it. I've since deleted it. I never liked it originally either.
No, I didn't either. I couldn't get into it.
This is way more powerful, the combat in Spider-Man. It's got sort of a bit more meat to it, and also, like the fact that you're dodging rather than countering makes a big difference.
I think I prefer that kind of mechanic. And then you can use your environment as well by swinging shit around and spanking them with it or whatever. But I think the main point about this game that makes it different to like your Batmans and things like that, not that I've put a lot of time into them, but what I've found with this, it's not just like a one-trick pony. It's not just that combat all the way through. You have like different sections. You have like stealth sections and stuff like that, which breaks it up nicely. I would say it's not just a continual button basher.
Absolutely.
Kind of
You've got like all sorts of different side quests as well, but then along that main path, you've got different characters you take control of. You've got different types of combat situations, and there's never too much of anything. There's never too much mashing or too many quick time events. There's never too much stealth. It's really well balanced and really well paced.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think my favorite bit of the game though is the incredibly shitty mini puzzles. Though I found myself doing like so many of these, being like, this is really good. I like testing my brain and stuff like that, and that's fun. I've been doing a lot of Sudoku recently as well. I'm just in that kind of mood, which kind of brings me on to the next game. I mean, have you got anything else to say about Spider-Man, buddy? Well, we're on it.
Only very briefly that I enjoyed it so much. By the time I got to the end of the main quest, I'd really done a hell of a lot of the game, and suddenly realised I was only sort of 4 or 5 trophies away from getting a platinum on there, and I wasn't really ready to finish playing, so I thought I'd just carry on, and
give it a go.
did.
Oh, nice! Cool, buddy.
Not only that, but I also did all of the DLC because the game came with that sort of the pack that we got. So I've done all of that as well, and got all the trophies for that as well. So
nice, buddy. So quite a surprise there, really. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed it. I'm not a big superhero fan. I'm certainly not a big Spider-Man fan. But I found it to be hugely enjoyable, and the sort of game that kind of balanced fun with a good story, and it just was very satisfying to play, to the point where I just didn't get bored really at all.
Nice.
Even having completed it, I'm not bored of it. I'd happily go around again, I think. And it does have a new game plus, so you never know. But
tempting.
I've moved on to other things now. But
obviously
it was great fun.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I've been doing like Sudokus, and I was really enjoying the little puzzle games in there. And one other game that I've been playing, now this kind of came out of nowhere in the sense of at work, we're developing like in-cell prison technology, so prisoners can do learning and stuff in cells. It's like it's a Raspberry Pi. Which they connect to like a web server, and then I've been building websites for them to access and do shit on. So one of them that I built is like a video streaming site. So there's like some royalty-free stuff on there, and obviously I work in like a media department there, and they've made loads of TV programs for prisoners, about prison, about whatever. All that content's on there. But obviously in this lockdown, only like it's in trial period. There's like 8 prisoners out of the 900 that we have there that actually have this unit. During this bang up, I'm like, I'm just gonna see how much shit I can put on this and see what happens. So I've integrated audiobooks on there now, which is pretty cool, so they can listen to audiobooks. And the other thing I was looking at was, I wonder if we can get like some HTML games in there. Like they're not great using like Canvas and stuff like that. But yeah, I managed to get a few games running on this like website, and one of those games was 2048. Have you ever played 2048, buddy?
I have indeed, buddy. It's rather addictive.
Oh, it's very addictive. So I got this running on there, I don't know, about 4 weeks ago, and I can't stop playing it. I'm like, every time I'm like, yeah, I've got about 10 minutes just to spare. I'm just have a quick go on it. I've managed to get it a few times, but it's a case of like a few of the other prisoners have done it as well, and we're like, oh, what's your high score? What's your high score? What's your high score? Kind of thing. It's quite funny, but. Yeah, I've been playing 2048. If anyone hasn't played this, it's a grid of 4 squares. I think it's 4. Is it 5? 4 or 5 squares anyway. It might be 5. I don't know. And you start off with 2 squares with the number 2 on it. When you push them together, it comes 1 square of 4. And every time you keep doubling it up. So you need to get 2 4s together, then 2 8s together, and so on and so on and so on and so on until you get 2048. And then you win, and then you have the option to carry on going. We worked out like a strategy on how to be like super effective at this, because we're really cool and super nerdy. It's probably really easy to find out, but yeah, I've just really enjoyed like these little number games. I can't get enough of them, buddy. It's so silly and simple, but I love it. It's great. They're like, man. Especially in times like this where people might be stuck at home going like, oh, like just give it a whirl. Like it'll kill half an hour, if not more. You know, yeah. It's good fun.
It's a good time to try new things.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. Talking about new things that aren't new at all and probably annoy most people. That's Battle Royales, buddy. They've been around for a while now, and. Call of Duty's been around for God knows how many years as well. So, yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone.
Along with everyone else, it seems.
Along with everyone else,
I felt quite bad. Funk was trying to convince me to give it a bash the other night, and I was just like, I was quite unreasonably just like, no.
Season 3 comes out, and it's 4-man teams, buddy. So we need someone else to play with. Just
well, best of luck with that, honey.
We'll find some numpty, I'm sure. Yeah, no, this game's really good. I've spoken about it before. There's something about this Battle Royale that other ones haven't. It's the perfect mix between realistic and arcade. It's that kind of... I haven't got to be super sweaty. I can kind of blag my way through this. And also, you know... feel good whilst doing it in a way, yeah. Which is good. But I've spoken about it before. I mean, if you like shooters, I'd suggest giving it a go, especially if you've got some mates to play it. It's free to play, so like obviously there are reasons not to play this game, but there isn't a reason not to play it, kind of thing. Yeah. It's totally up to you. But
if you're looking to play a competitive shooter, then there aren't really any reasons not to play it.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself about how the guns are and stuff like that. It's just really good. I've had a couple of wins or something now. Yeah, it's fucking sweet. Looking forward to the next season. I kind of want to take a step back from it. I feel like it's just taking over from Destiny now for me. It's like, you know, my standard, I'll get home, sort the kids out. Oh, right, it's 9 o'clock, right? Fucking, let's just play some shooting. Go for that. And I don't want to get down that slippery slope again. But yeah, we'll see where it goes anyway. I've been dipping into Game Pass on Xbox PC as well, just dabbling in this, there, and everything, but nothing really to shout about. Or if everything that we've really spoken about before. A bit more Sea of Thieves and bollocks and shit. But yeah, that's about it for me, buddy. Nothing super duper exciting, unfortunately.
I gotta say, with the long weekend coming up, although it makes a little difference to a lot of people at this moment, it's I think as good a time as any to try out PS Now. There's you can do a 7-day trial of the sort of newest version of PS Now, and with the new consoles on the horizon, if they aren't sort of delayed by everything, then there's going to be decisions needing to be made relatively soon, and I think that the whole thing could kind of come down to those subscription services for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Looking forward to giving PS Now a go over the long weekend, and I'll be reporting back next podcast on that one.
Well, I just got my 10 years of service at the prison this month. I think I'm getting like 100 or 150 quid in vouchers, which is
nice.
All right. I could have done with a bit more, but it's fine. I'm just gonna stash that aside and put that towards one of the new consoles. So I'm pretty much committed to buying one at the end of this year now, which isn't a fucking surprise.
No, and I kind of feel quite similarly in that this not being able to go outside is an excellent way of saving money.
Yes, it definitely is.
So yeah, luckily enough to still be in employment at this moment in time, and putting money aside to make a possible purchase come the end of the year. So we shall see. But we'll have a little bit more to talk about in terms of the new consoles a little bit later on in the show, buddy.
What?
Yeah.
I've not been informed about this, but then again, I haven't read past the first page of the notes.
Well, there you go. That tends to be how you roll. So fair play
Indeed.
to you. So I suppose I should talk about the other games that I've been playing, because there's quite a fucking lot of them.
Yes.
I try not to dwell too much, but obviously it's been
it's been a while.
3 weeks since we did a show, so and I can't leave my flat, so inevitably I've played quite a lot of video games.
Some games.
Yeah. So yeah, platinuming Spider-Man took up quite a lot of the first sort of week or so of my time. Then I picked something else up, and this will be yet another example of me buying a video game that then hits a subscription service or PS Plus or Game Pass or whatever. In that couple of weeks before the Game Pass announcements for this month, I bought Nier Automata on the PlayStation for like £14, because I played the demo of it ages ago and quite enjoyed it, and I've been meaning to pick it up for a while. I was looking for something story based, and so I've picked up Nier Automata, and I've played 3 or 4 hours of it so far, and it is really good. It is a really good game. It's a strange game, and it's quite a Japanese-ass game, buddy. But
maybe.
But it's a really good game. You play as some sort of cyborg woman clone thing, and the world's been taken over by robots, and it's like a post-apocalyptic robot simulator. You live on a space station because the Earth tried to create robots to kill all the robots, and you are those robots, and you're in a constant battle against the bad robots, who are kind of cartoony and quite funny, but also fucking deadly, buddy. And so it's got hack and slash elements, it's got bullet hell elements, it does some wonderful things with your perception and the camera. Even in the opening sort of section, you go from a sort of Power Strike-esque top-down, up-the-screen horizontal shooter into a side-scrolling R-type sort of game, and then it goes into a 3D platformer kind of game, and then it goes into a third-person shooter kind of game. It's really diverse in that respect. There are sort of central hubs. This is kind of an open-world RPG to a degree, but with a sort of relatively confined universe. And there's android tribes on Earth that you can go down and speak to and trade with and do side quests for. The acting is very sort of Japanese sort of localized kind of stuff, and that's funny for me, and quite and fine. But yeah, there's just so much game here, and all of it's really fun. It's a very enjoyable experience, and yeah, it's hit Game Pass now. I highly recommend anyone who's got access to it to give it a burn. It's got elements of lots of different games that I really like, and the combat's really fun, and that's the main thing. So yeah, it's cool, man. I'm really enjoying it. Have you played it at all?
I haven't. Unfortunately, it's not on old PC Game Pass.
It's Xbox.
Which is sad face.
Yeah.
But maybe by the end of this year, I might have an Xbox, buddy. You never know.
Yeah, well, I bought it on PlayStation anyway, so I can send it to your console if you want to give it a bash.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. I'll give it a whirl.
It's good fun. I like it. And,
nice.
Well, worth a try.
Cool.
So, yeah, there's that. So, sort of trying to kind of stripe sort of between good and shit in my long list here.
Oh, do it, buddy.
So let's move on to a game that I have had installed on my console since the day you bought it, which was probably a year ago.
Over a year ago, I think.
And that would be The Division 2, buddy, which I'd never, ever loaded up and decided now was the time, one way or the other.
Let's do this game. Go on, then.
Yeah, fuck this game. It's shit. It's a shit game. It's boring. It's so boring. And I think I've been playing quite a lot of interesting games recently. Stuff that's fun or diverse or clever or stupid. And this is none of those words. Though you couldn't describe it in any of those ways. This is just a fucking Ubisoft game. And I kind of knew that was the case. I would call this a work simulator, because essentially it is a large world of fucking mundane tasks. Go here, do this. Go here. You should go and speak to Captain Fucknut. Go over here. Like, each time you sort of walk around the level and, you got to shoot these dudes, and all of them take 45 shots to kill. They're all the fucking same. And then, we've arrived here now. Exposition, shitty fucking dialogue. You should go back here now. It's just task simulator. Like, I just find it so unimaginative, uninspiring, so boring. And then it's got the audacity during that to not even play especially well and not even look very good either. And that might not be the case on more powerful systems. Perhaps, I'm on obviously base PS4, and I expect games to start looking a bit ropey.
It still should run and look decent. But I understand.
It just looks toilet. It's only running 30. There's no need. Like, put less detail in if you can't render anything properly. Like, the fucking selective rendering.
That's Ubisoft down to a T, though. Like, we've said it countless times.
Yeah,
all of them are. Yeah,
man. The combat is uninspiring, as I said. The dialogue is just pure Ubi. Like, there's no interest there whatsoever. Everyone's a fucking 2D caricature of a person. And if the story's shit and the gameplay isn't very good, there's nothing there. It doesn't matter how big your fucking world is. I don't care if there's 1,000 things to do on the map. If they're all boring, like, there's just, I don't know. I don't get it. I think there was a great novelty value in the first one, and I'm probably missing out on the fact that this game, I think, is probably more geared to cooperative play than anything else.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Absolutely, and sure, it's a game you can play with your friends if you want to. I just can't see any reason why you would want to, other than just to gorge on content, like just to have something to do. Yeah. Like, that's not why I play video games. It's not just something to do. It's because it's like a spark of fucking joy in my life. I enjoy it. I get pleasure from it. I'm not just stimulated into like, I've fucking killed an afternoon. It's yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. We've seen my metamorphosis through the years, and there's nothing stopping that fucking runaway train at this point.
No.
It's just another nail in the coffin. But yes, I've uninstalled The Division 2. And if you like The Division 2...
To be expected.
Fucking best of luck to you. That's great, wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
It sold rather well, so fair
Indeed.
play. What do you make of?
No,
my
like what you said.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I totally expected that reaction and everything that you said. Like, yeah, I agree. I agree on the majority of that. Like, there's not a lot there, even though there is a lot there. But the detail in it, like the storytelling, like I couldn't give a fuck about like whatever's going on or who's doing this or what. It's uninspiring. In storytelling, I would say that
so lazy as well. Like even at the beginning, you're like part of a team or whatever, and you're under attack, and then it's like, oh, we've had a fucking signal from Washington, and then strong female character who's good at everything. She's like, you go, just say you go on your own.
Yeah.
And you go and sort the whole of the city of Washington. I'll stay here and deal with whatever the fuck this is that we haven't even bothered to flesh out for you.
Yeah.
But who cares? Who cares about you or your fucking cause or Washington or anything? Who cares about any of it? It's just, what's the point?
Yeah. Like you said, the main enjoyment I got out of it was playing it co-op. Being able to have your differently stacked characters or whatever. So you've got your medic, your ammunitions guy, or whatever. I can't even remember what they had now. But you have your different roles in it. You have your long range, your close distance shooters and stuff like that. And you work as a team to go through countless levels, as you know. To get to the end, and it my enjoyment there was getting through those stages and working out where the enemies were going to be coming from, and then as the game progresses it does get harder. You find new challenges there to keep you entertained. It's
the tactical chess match that you can play with your friends. I get it,
pretty
obviously,
much, yeah.
To a degree. I'm embellishing things somewhat, but
but you're totally right with everything that you were saying. Like the graphics quality and how it runs is fucking terrible. They know how powerful these consoles are. Why don't they make it run better? Just saying.
It's just
just
don't
saying.
put as much detail in.
It's that simple.
This game reminds me, and it's not a fucking coinky-dink that this game reminds me of another Ubisoft game, and it's
because they're all the
same,
buddy.
which came out right at the fucking death of the 360. I think it might have come out after the PS4 was released and the Xbox One. Obviously, vaguely interested because it was a Splinter Cell game, and I ended up picking it up once backwards compatibility was sort of announced for the Xbox One. This game came with a secondary disc of high-res textures.
Of course it did.
Because they couldn't fit the games on the disc anymore because whatever, Ubisoft had constructed this stupid fucking world map where you flew around in some sort of attack plane, picked your destinations, and then flew to them. And that game was just a mess of polygons and textures, just janky fucking beige textures, because they're just cramming too much detail in for the console to handle, and it just looked messy and shit. And it's like, I know you're building a real life city to an extent, and therefore you need an element of detail there, but I just think art direction's so important in these circumstances, and the Division 2, that the hardware on the consoles at least just isn't up to it. In the guise that it was released and patched and worked on. So but the bottom line is it's not the sort of game that I want to play.
No,
and
you're not about the numbers, buddy.
I'm not about that. I don't give a fuck about the numbers. I give a fuck about fun.
Exactly.
I don't find the numbers fun. So
if you don't find the numbers fun, this game is not for you.
It's not for you. There's our conclusion, and I'll move on.
Indeed.
Dirt Rally 2.0.
Racing? You love racing.
On PS Plus. Here we go, buddy. It's the shit sandwich, but it's like a Big Mac where you've got more than one fucking sandwich in there.
It's like the McGangbang. Have you ever heard of the McGangbang?
The McGangbang, buddy, absolutely.
That's an actual thing. It's when you buy, what is it? You buy two. No, you buy like a double cheeseburger and a McChicken sandwich, and you put the chicken sandwich inside the double cheeseburger.
Oh,
And that is a McGangbang, buddy.
naughty.
There you go.
Very nice.
Enjoy that for like £2.30 or something. I don't know.
Not at the moment.
No, not at the moment because they're shut.
They're all shut.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bastards. Fair enough. Yeah, so Dirt Rally 2.0, it was added to Game Pass some time ago. Listeners to the show will know that I have that little doohickey, that cheeky little drive hub device that allows me to use my PS4 steering wheel on the Xbox One S, which I have, my little shit heap. And I fired up Dirt Rally 2.0 some months ago, and it was horrible to look at. It ran terribly on the Xbox One S, as most things do.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really wash very well when you're playing a game that is all about traveling over 100 miles an hour down wooded lanes and trying to make quick fucking adjustments on a steering wheel.
It's not going to work well.
So I was very pleased to find out that Dirt Rally 2.0 was being added to PS Plus for the month of April, and I downloaded it basically instantly this week. And I'm pleased to report that, yes, on the PlayStation 4 base console, it's a playable video game. Unlike its Xbox counterpart. It still looks shite, I would say. It looks like shit, this game. And maybe that's where we are at this point. But it certainly looks and runs better than the Xbox version, and I'm really enjoying this. I can't get over how different it feels from Dirt Rally, the original, which I played a hell of a lot of.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
This thing, it feels so much less flighty, so much more planted. Not necessarily easier, but everything just feels a bit heavier, a little bit less twitchy. And I feel more at home with it than I ever did on the original Dirt Rally game.
Because the original one was a lot of flailing left and right, trying to just keep it on the fucking dirt track or wherever.
And this feels more like you're sort of balancing it in the same way, but with far less steering input. Like it's more of a sort of reasonable
amount of janky.
Yeah, the courses are really cool. There's not enough of them. I understand that there's DLC for this. That's why it's been added to the service. That's why it's been given away for free to try and
of course it has,
cash in on the Colin McRae DLC.
Yeah,
the sort of anniversary of him winning the rally championship. And yeah, so it's a really cool game. I like it a lot, and it's got quite a lot of rallycross content, buddy, for online multiplayer as well. So could be worth everyone downloading and just giving it a bash at some point, giving it a bit of a run out, because they were quite fun. The rallycross races on the previous game, if you'll remember.
Oh, definitely, they were fucking sweet.
It's good shit.
They were really, really fun. Apart from the ones where you spawned below the world every now and then.
Yes.
Those ones weren't great.
They weren't as good, but yeah. All in all, Dirt Rally 2.0 on the PS4, very good. And don't play it on Xbox unless you've got an X. I promise it's not worth it. So yeah, that's that. Next, Shadow of the Colossus, buddy, is a game that I've been playing. It was PS Plus in March. I've had it installed for a few weeks and thought it was time to finally give it a bash. Nice. This is a remake, remaster from the PS3.
Remaster, I would say.
Yeah, and in terms of the way that this game controls, I can confirm that this is a last-gen video game.
Was it PS2, wasn't it? Shadow of the Colossus?
I can't remember. I think it was PS3. Shadow of the Colossus. Facts checking here. It came out in 2005 and February 2006. Yes, PS2. You're absolutely right.
Oh, yes.
PS2 remaster.
A win.
Well played. This game controls really badly. It controls really badly. It feels like a really old ass game, which It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
shame because it doesn't look like an old ass game. Brilliance from Blue Point as usual, coming a bit out of hand at this sort of thing. Have been for some time, and it looks lovely. It looks really nice, but controls, similar to Last Guardian in their sort of slightly sort of unresponsive jankiness. Having said that,
like Tomb Raider.
yes.
Yeah.
Not a deal breaker though in this instant.
Okay. Gameplay bad, but still okay.
Controls bad.
Okay, controls
gameplay
bad.
Decent.
Yeah.
And game world exquisite, and
it's
concept
cool.
of the thing very, very cool indeed. Essentially a series of boss battles.
Yeah, just big fucking giants, and you climb up them and fuck them up, mate. It's cool.
Yeah, lots of different ways to do that though. Each one very different. Looks like there's about 16 of them as well, judging by the pillars that I've been slowly working my way through in the sort of main sort of hub world.
Yeah.
This game's quite cool if you can get past the controls, and I think that it's one of those where if you really knuckle down and play it for 2 or 3 hours, then I think you
get to grips with it.
I've started getting there already. The danger is when I'm change over to something else,
and you're like,
and then come back to it.
This feels better.
Especially if what you change over to is Nier Automata, which essentially controls like Bayonetta, and therefore shows this up massively. But I like this game, and it's a little bit of a ball ache to play, but I think it's worth it. It's a really interesting concept. It's brilliantly done, and just really clever shit. I've just fought a boss where I couldn't reach it, but there was like a space where I could go underground nearby, and I could sort of lure it over and then hide in this bunker, come out the back of the bunker, and then like sneak up this hill and jump on it from there. Just stuff like that is quite cool. And the way that you kill shit, the way you've got like a stamina bar, so you've got to kind of decide what you're going to do in advance, or if you run out of stamina, you just fly off. But full damage is minimal. Like you'll take a pounding if you fall out the sky, but not so much that you'll die. It's fairly forgiving. You've got a horse that's quite nice to ride about on. You've got a sword. You find out where you need to go.
It's got it fucking all.
Yeah, it's got a horse, it's got a sword, it's got a bow and arrow.
It's got some bird that's in a coma or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. But things happen.
It's cool. I like it.
It's a really cool concept.
Yeah. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Oh, go on then.
Fuck this game.
Okay.
I don't like this game.
Okay.
And maybe it's just me, but I don't like it. I don't like it for all of the reasons.
I just say I love that whenever you say I don't like this game, and maybe it's just me, it's Ace.
Well, this is a really popular game, and it's quite critically acclaimed.
It's true.
It got a hammering not for the actual gameplay, but for the various issues. That it sort of launched with, most of which seem to have been mopped up at this point.
Yeah, there's been another patch out, I think, fairly recently as well.
So a lot of people really like this. I don't. I have to say.
Cool.
I don't like the backtracking. I don't like the fact that it's awkward to navigate, and I have to look at a map every 10 seconds. I don't know why anyone ever making a video game thought, I know what would make a good video game. A video game where the person playing it has to stop every 10 to 20 seconds to look where they're going on a fucking map. Like
I don't
understand why that would be a good idea. And maybe if you played the balls off it, you'd learn your way around. Maybe my old addled brain is unable to maintain concentration where I can sort of navigate point to point. That is entirely plausible. But
I feel like these games have been made for a long time now.
They have, and they're popular,
like a stable diet in the games industry.
Yeah, and it becomes a thing where it's just not to my taste, rather than being a bad game. That's why I say fuck this game rather than this is a bad game, because I don't like it. Not it's shit.
Any good points?
Good points are it's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
It controls very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
They steadily introduce new moves and things that you can do in a way that kind of draws you in even further.
Yeah.
And it's slick. The music's lovely. The visuals are exquisite. It's a beautiful looking game. But the act of navigating the world is a ball ache for me. And the combat I find very annoying because I seem to just take a hit off everything I come across. No matter how hard I try to avoid it, I always get hit, and it seems to consistently reward me with extra health. Where it's sort of like, it doesn't matter that you got hit; it does matter to me. It does.
It matters to
It's annoying.
me. Yeah.
And I don't like the enemies either. I don't like the enemies. I find
You
them.
sound like I was when I played Star Wars. Like, no, definitely. Like this is like I was just like, no, it's just like the enemies are shit. I'm good at games. Why can't I do this?
Absolutely, and there's every chance that if I stuck with Ori, then I would realize that it's because I'm a fucking dickhead. Is the problem?
Yeah.
And it's just whether I'm willing to prove
to do that.
I am a dickhead.
But I think the fact that you don't enjoy this type of game is the main issue here.
I think so. I think the navigation's the deal breaker.
It's just what it is, isn't it?
It's very frustrating. And there's a lot of stuff that I really dislike about the enemy design. Like, there's a couple of enemies that fire... There's this snail that fires projectiles, right? And he does the animation to shoot. And I will jump into the air to, like, dodge. But... until the projectile leaves his presumably mouth,
you're gonna go for mouth.
It can change. It doesn't decide where it's going until it leaves. I am dodging, and it doesn't matter. It hits where I'm going rather than where I was.
The stupid chargy ram things in Star Wars. Like, what's that all about? You know the cunts.
They were annoying.
You're like, well, I'm dodging out of the way because he's charging me, and he's like, oh no, there you are.
Yeah.
It's like, all right then, fuck you, cunt. Yeah. No, those enemies need to fuck off in games.
I feel like it's pointlessly difficult, Ori. I guess it's so that you can master it. I don't know. I think I'm pretty decent at platformers. I proved that. I almost platinumed Celeste. I platinumed Rayman, like Legends.
Yeah,
I'm good with like bullet hell games. I like platformers. I've been playing some Guacamelee recently. Like,
I love Guacamelee. It's an awesome game, that is.
But Ori, I feel like the only reason that I feel bad for hating it is because of how beautiful it is. If it wasn't such a pretty game, then I could just dislike it. But I feel like I'm mugging myself off because every time I fire it up, I look at it and I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. Like, it's such a lovely style.
Why don't I like this?
Why can't I love you? But I can't. There we are. And I don't think that's going to change.
No, it's fair dues, buddy.
The same goes for the Surge 2, but not for the same reasons. This is a broken mess on the Xbox One, at least the base console, to the point where I don't even feel like I can critique it. It feels a little bit like a shit Dark Souls, which is what the first one felt like as well. But I can't say one way or the other because it keeps crashing. It's fucking diabolically shit on my team. So the Surge 2, I can't pass judgment on. Last game, buddy, Kona, which is a Game Pass game. I've been playing it on my little shit heap. It's the game that I said reminded me a little bit of Firewatch in that it's a sort of story-driven walking sim. And it's balls.
Yeah.
It's balls. This game is balls. I don't like this game. It's really budget to the point where it doesn't run or work very well. I find it very annoying, all of its systems. It doesn't really explain what is going on. It's quite boring. The dialogue is rubbish. And the loading times are absolutely alienating. And it's not for me, which is a shame. I feel like everything that has come out since What Remains of Edith Finch, I just feel like every game in this genre has suffered horribly since Edith Finch came out. because that game is so head and shoulders above almost all of the other games in its field.
I should play that game.
It is a masterpiece, and I haven't been able to look at these games the same since. It just made me want to play something else. So yeah, that's how I feel about that one. So yeah,
just made me want to play something else. Box quote.
It did. So to recap, buddy, Spider-Man's great, Nier Automata's great, Division shit, Dirt Rally good, Shadow of the Colossus good, Ori shit, Kona shit, Surge broken. There you go.
Nice.
Could have saved everyone a lot of time there. But,
just maybe we should just do that every podcast. Like, good, bad, no. Do it next week's episode. See you then.
And that's what I've been playing, buddy.
Nice, buddy.
And that's why I don't like cricket.
Yeah, well, who does like cricket? You know, cricketers, I guess.
Let's talk new consoles, and let's do that because the PlayStation controller, the PS5 controller, has been
the Dual Sensei.
The DualSense controller.
I thought it was Sensei, like as in like a martial arts kind of thing.
Paint the fence, paint the fence.
So they got rid of DualShock and went with Sense.
They've gone with Sense, which is pretty gay.
He's gone for it. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
The DualSense marks a radical departure from our previous controller offerings and captures just how strongly we feel about making a generational leap with PS5.
Sure you do.
The new controller, along with the many innovative features in PS5, will be transformative for games, continuing our mission at PlayStation to push the boundaries of play now and in the future. To the PlayStation community, I truly want to thank you for sharing this exciting journey with us as we head toward PS5's launch in holiday 2020. We look forward to sharing more information about PS5, including the console design, in the coming months.
I'm going to be coming in the months.
What do you think of the PS5 controller, Ash?
It's the thing, isn't it?
What do you make of the design? Do you think
I don't like it. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
I'm going to say I don't like it. It looks a bit too roundy.
Right.
It's a word. I don't know. It looks fine at the end of the day. It looks a bit wider. The grips look a bit chunkier.
It's bigger, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's really that much bigger. I'm pretty sure I saw a comparison.
Like a side-on.
To a DualShock 4. But then again, like, that's totally bollocks because, you know, you could just draw a DualShock 4 any size and be like, look, it's really small compared to this DualShock, you know, distance and things, you know.
I think it's a bit fatter underneath.
Like it looks like it's got a bit more chunk to it. So I guess that is probably a good thing. I don't know. Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we were concerned about when we switched to PlayStation was the controller. Mainly, it was the stick configuration that we weren't too sure about at the time. We'd all got used to the 360 one before we moved over. I've had no problem switching between the two.
I don't think I'm going to have an issue if I have to go back to that or whatever I use. I'm sure I will be absolutely fine. So in that sense, I don't really care that much about where the stick placement is. I mean, it's always going to be down there. It's a PlayStation, isn't it? Like, that's what they do. To be honest, it's not a surprise on what it kind of looks like. It's just a chunkier DualShock 4 at the end of the day, really.
And they're talking about
they've changed the share button
to
what's it now, like capture or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh god, I read an article or a thing that they put out. It's like because obviously they were like the world's first or something to integrate the share button.
All this stuff's pure Mark Cerny, man. It's
fucking the first to do this. I was like, fuck off. And then also in that thing, they said how the DualShock 4 with its touch pad wasn't really utilized during the PlayStation 4's development of games or whatever.
Yeah.
But we've decided to stick with it. It's like, that makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The other thing is that they're on about having the haptic whatever it is, feedback in the triggers. Like, hasn't Xbox already been doing that for the past, like, 7 years?
Yeah, well, they're talking about haptics in all of it. So you're talking rumbles in the clicking of your analog sticks all the way down to the pressing of the buttons. And that sounds quite cool to me. I do quite like the idea.
I mean, like, giving some resistance, I guess, on the thumbsticks would be pretty cool, but also, would it?
I don't know. I mean, I quite like the idea that if you're in some sort of situation in a shooter or in a third-person game where there's some sort of you're falling, there's some inertia or something. The idea that the analog stick would resist in specific directions based on the way that you were falling, that would be really cool.
I feel like
that
would break
it's doing that
instantly as well.
The only other thing,
I'm sure
really,
they stress tested it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the light is underneath the touchpad at this point. I quite like the touchpad.
It looks cool.
It's a
I think it's nice to have that. It's an extra couple of buttons as well on the front.
Yeah, exactly, and
which is handy.
It's nice to just pop that. You know, you always.
Well,
know
I say
where
that
the
they
map
took
is.
away select, so I mean, it's,
True.
it's technically the select button. So, yeah,
it's going to have a microphone built into the controller as well.
That's okay, I guess, for people that haven't got headsets. I'll never use
that. Yeah, but yeah, this is pure Mark Cerny, and so was the console reveal, the GDC talk. It all very much reminds me of Peter Serafinowicz doing Steve Jobs, like when he does like the Mac Teeny. Which is just a laptop that's one button and it fits on your little finger. You have to push, if you want to do an X, you have to push the button 24 times. It's like it's his mannerisms. Like, I'm sure he's super smart, but in a sort of cyborgy kind of way.
Until you actually pick this thing up, like, you can't really say anything. They've said that they've kept it light and the battery life is good, so that's good, I guess.
And let's talk about the fact that the Xbox Series X controller is still going to be shipping with a AA battery door rather than
a
built-in. What on earth?
I mean,
what are you doing? I don't understand. What are you doing?
Now, pros and cons, obviously. If your battery is, there's not really.
I've got 4 PlayStation controllers. None of them have
battery issues aren't really a thing.
No, they haven't.
And they've all had a fucking battering.
They have.
Then again, I've gone through like 8 DualShock 4 controllers, mainly because they keep breaking.
Or stick?
No, it was all stick.
Yeah.
All were sticks. They're fucking terrible.
They're not great.
I would hope that they've looked at that and done something with that. Apart from that, fine. It's confirmed that it's going to have an audio jack in it, which, it has to if people are going to have headsets. It'd be fucking stupid if they didn't. Design-wise, looks cool, looks fine, but I think we need to hold this thing and see what it's like, really.
And speaking of the consoles themselves, it's very much looking like the Xbox is significantly more powerful than the PlayStation. The PlayStation with a much faster SSD, but limited space in general on both systems. And like possibly up to sort of 20% more power for the Xbox.
Don't forget the power of the cloud, buddy, as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's just going to get real someday.
This is going to be a very interesting little battle. All signs pointing to the idea that the PlayStation is going to be significantly cheaper than the Xbox. And
I don't know. Like, Phil fucking Spencer came out and was like, "Yeah, we feel quite comfortable with our price point on this." They know they fucked up with the Xbox One.
It'd be $450 the Series X.
Yeah,
it'd be $450, and the PlayStation would be $399.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen.
He's calling it.
Yep.
I reckon both consoles are just going to be £400. Just be like, fuck it, we're the same price.
If you're spending £400,
yep.
Do you have a problem spending $450?
No.
No.
I don't.
No. Well,
if I'm
I just
spunking
want
that
to
much
get
money,
out.
that an extra 50
Exactly.
quid isn't
If you're making
anything really
a
at the end of the
purchase of
day.
that size, a lot of people will be doing this on
And
finance.
especially, oh yeah, that's another thing. Microsoft came out and said they're doing the that whatever program it is,
The
as
trade-in
well.
for the
Yeah,
X.
and the monthly fee where people will be able to buy it for like £30 a month or whatever, like your phone tariff. They said that that's definitely going to be a thing. I know in the States, but I don't know about over here. But I'm pretty sure it'd probably be over here as well. Which is, another way of getting people in early doors. Be like, oh, I can get that now for £30 a month because it's what people do these days.
Absolutely, it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I'm just really excited. It's so nice. I'm kind of. I do wonder if this might be the last time that we have these conversations. This might be the last time that
I think
we're
so.
talking hardware before a holiday release of a new powerhouse console. Before
I
we
mean,
move
I
into
don't see it
streaming
in
and the
7 years' time.
Exactly.
It's not going to be there in 7 years' time, is it?
I don't think so. No, it's going to be. It's still going to be Stadia-esque,
Oh, talking about Stadia, it's free now, apparently.
That's not going well, is it?
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just not
Fucked
there
it,
yet.
really.
It's just not
Fucked
there
it.
yet.
But then you say you got PS Now and you got Project X Cloud and shit there. Like they said they're coming to more countries or something relatively soon. I think old Project X Cloud or whatever it's called, with their limited beta or whatever. That's going to be quite interesting. I mean, it's once again, this is nothing new. Like PlayStation, we've had PlayStation Now for quite some time now, and PlayStation been doing remote play from your console and stuff for fucking ages. So, it's just Microsoft doing that in that sense, I guess. But it's like you say, I think it's going to come down to like what the subscription model is going to be. Because personally, I see that's how I'm going to play games from now on. Like, it seems to be what I'm doing now.
Absolutely, you get your
rarely buying games.
The beauty of it being that if you've got a group of friends that you play games with, if provided you're all signed up to that subscription service, you've always all got the same stuff. A new game comes out one week, you guys want to try it out all together. Everyone's got it. There's no pressurizing people into making a purchase. And then you top it up with if you buy a football game every year or a racing game every year, then you can still buy those. But it comes down to that subscription service. And all of the signs that we've seen up until this point, we laughed at PS Now for the most part when it first launched because it was stupidly priced and a streaming service that no one wanted. Whereas Game Pass came out, it was reasonably priced and fully downloadable games.
Well, I think as well with sorry, I keep doing that. Whatever that's called. I'm grunting. I can't remember. Coughing. I don't know. Clearing my throat. But with the Xbox as well, like the majority of people with an Xbox will be getting Ultimate. So you also get your games for gold. It's all included. It's just one thing. You get it all. And the thing that is also swaying me towards getting the Series X is obviously me and my son have gaming PCs. So I get it on that as well. So like my son can play his PC, I can play my PC, and like my daughter can play the Xbox, and we could all play the games together. It'd be fucking sweet. But yeah, it does come down to, I think, like what we all, once again, it comes down to what it mainly was when between the Xbox One X and the PS4. It was like, well, we pick one and we just go with it, and we all get that, and whatever service is on that, then we do that.
Yeah, I mean, console exclusives have been better on PlayStation this gen by far. It's looking like that may well change in the next generation because of the amount that Microsoft have invested in studios in the last few years.
I don't think I really care that much about exclusives,
I mean, most of my favorite games this generation are PlayStation exclusives. I'm talking Horizon and
I know,
Spider-Man, The Last of Us, Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank. These games are wonderful. You can't play them on an Xbox. It's
true.
But at the same time, if you're talking subscription services, then Sony have quite clearly laid a marker down and said we won't be releasing.
Yeah, they're not going to do that
on that subscription service. Whereas Microsoft have been consistently doing that. And they say they're going to continue doing that. So that fact alone suggests that Game Pass is better than PS Now as a service.
What about like the PS3 and Xbox 360? Like, what were the main exclusives that PS3 had that we didn't get to play? Like Gran Turismo, Uncharted. Obviously, Ratchet and Clank on that as well.
Yeah.
Silent Hill. I don't know. I don't even fucking know what PS3 exclusives there were. Off the top of my head. Heavy Rain. There you go. That's a game.
Yeah. Metal Gear, Infamous 2,
there you go,
God of
Metal
War
Gear.
3. And then, The Last of Us technically was a PS3 game.
Yeah, The Last of Us. So, did you really care that you missed out on those games?
Not massively. Little Big Planet, Demon's Soul, Resistance, Journey, GT5, GT6, Killzone 2. Yeah. But then 360 had the original Gears, and it had Halo 3, and I don't know, the exclusives. I think they matter more to me than some people because my favorite type of game tends to be story-driven, third-person adventures, single-player stuff. That's what Sony does best, and I don't care about the AAA stuff quite so much. So it's a tricky decision, but also comes down to backwards compatibility to a degree as well. But having said that, I'm not hugely bothered about whether I can play my PS4 games on a new console, because all I'm playing on the PS4 is, I don't know, like games that are multi-platform, annual iterations. So I don't know. It's tricky. Power-wise, I don't think there's going to be much of a contest, to be honest. No. And it's just how much that matters to you, really. If you're buying a console, then immediately the answer is not as much, because otherwise you'd be a PC gamer. So,
true.
That comes into it. I think those services are the key. I think that's the bread and butter of the decision. That's why I'm looking forward to trying out PS Now this weekend.
See how it goes.
As dipping a toe in goes. So speaking of PlayStation, Sony stated that The Last of Us Part 2 is delayed indefinitely because of the virus outbreak, logistics beyond their control.
I feel like they were just looking for an excuse to delay it again. Just saying, oh yes, pandemic, get in. I mean, they're saying it's in the final stages. I mean, there can't be a lot of work to do, and then to say it's delayed indefinitely, like that's weird. Isn't that not weird?
I don't know. I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic survival game about a virus outbreak. So
but they've also said that Iron Man VR is also delayed.
Yeah, but they could have just chucked that in
just for funsies.
Yeah, I mean, I think now's an excellent time to release a video game, really, because although
totally, there are
a lot of people who are struggling massively.
True.
In terms of losing their jobs and having financial heartache, but then at the same time, there's probably just as many people who are suddenly cash rich because they've got nowhere to spend their income. So I think,
and also every cunt's playing video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the WHO, not as in like the band The WHO, as in like World Health Organization said, play video games.
Yeah,
like. When the fuck has that ever happened? Like, Steam concurrent users were through the roof whenever that happened. Oh, he's having a sprinkle.
Oh. He's having a little ting.
Nice, buddy. I like it.
There can't be much left in here.
No, go on, son. You can squeeze it out.
Come on, you little fucker.
Yeah, I could peesh.
No, I could only piss. Steady stream.
It is. I don't know. I mean, obviously, fucking hell, this game was meant to come out in February, for God's sake, and now It's never coming out, even to the point that they're refunding pre-orders on the PlayStation Store. So
I think that they've pulled the plug. Wait for the next gen. I think that this is as close as you could get to the possibility of the PS5 launch being delayed. I don't care what they're saying about holiday 2020.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't know. I mean, all I can tell you is, obviously, a lot of people don't have any money right now, but a lot of other people do. The two things probably balance each other out, and like a lot of people are in a position right now where they have nothing to spend their money on, and they would certainly buy video games. You're going to see some weird fucking Dead Island syndrome happening in the next couple of months. Something's going to come out. It's going to be like a B release. Everyone's sitting in their fucking houses.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake, buddy.
Yeah, they're still.
There you go. Every cunt's got on that thing.
Yeah, because they're, yeah, exactly.
They played it when they were like 12 or something. They're like, oh yeah,
the nostalgia.
No, fuck off. That game was shit then. It's shit now.
He's not happy with it. Either way, that's been delayed, and we'll see how that goes. But I expect that to be a PS5 game now.
Launch title, mate.
Yeah. Well, every chance.
Yeah.
Obviously, the thing that most excites me in terms of releases this year, buddy, which hasn't been bumped, hasn't changed, and is only a few weeks away now, coming out as it is in June, is Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is coming to consoles. And it's a racing sim that's coming to consoles. I've got the original Assetto Corsa on PS4. It is dog shit.
It's a bad game.
But the driving model isn't dog shit. It's just the game and the features and everything that's dog shit. And this game looks fucking fantastic. So yeah, I know everyone's most excited about Assetto Corsa Competizione. So no one will really care about the fact that the last.
That's true. Absolutely.
You're welcome, everyone. And we got anything else, buddy? We had a little bit of chat in the Discord, didn't we?
Yeah, people have been chatting Discord. I love it. I love the Discord. Cosmic Dad is just giving a bit of a moan about Game Pass on PC, and I'm fully behind him with this. Obviously, he says it's still in beta. But there's some ridiculous UI decisions being made there. Number one, I noticed this, but I could live with it. Every time you run a game for the first time, you get a Windows Live style pop-up where you have to give permission to the game to access your profile data. I get it, but it's bad. It's a bad experience. At least it's only once per game. Yeah, this is a thing. So you load a game up and then separate pop-up comes up. Oh, fucking blah-de-blah game would like to access your profile. I mean, imagine if that happened on a console. Like, you'd be like, fuck off.
It's almost like if you fired up a video game and every single time you loaded the game, it asked you what language you wanted to be in.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be really annoying, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's slightly annoying, that. It goes on number 2, online games like The Surge 2. It has a Dark Souls thing of players able to leave signs around the world where you can summon them to fight with you or against. I'm guessing, Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except to view their profile, you have to switch completely out of the game into a separate Xbox profile window in a different resolution and everything. Why not an in-game pop-up?
That's a good question.
UI, buddy, I guess, isn't it? At the end of the day,
half-baked UI.
Yeah, it's fucking clown shoes, and there you go. Number 3, DLC. There's a menu in my game for DLC, so I click on it. It immediately launches a separate window into the Microsoft store that shows me DLC, not just for this game, but every game. It takes a whole 30 seconds to load, for fuck's sake. I'm playing a game. Why would I want to open the whole friggin' store? Yeah.
He's got some good questions.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I think I played Mud Runners, and I was like, I'll play multiplayer. It's like, no, you don't have access to the multiplayer on this because it's like a demo. I'm like, what you on about? It's on Game Pass. Surely I've got access to. No,
Nope.
It's fucked up anyway. Number 4. Even though games all appear in your apps and featured list, don't uninstall them from there. So like actually just in Windows in your apps and features list. The Xbox app gets really annoyed. This is true. It doesn't like it. It thinks the game install has been broken and has to download it again and repair the installation. So if you don't uninstall it from the app itself, it's like, but you've got this game installed and it's not working.
Right.
It's like, no, you have to uninstall the game from inside the Xbox app. But the thing is, you can only uninstall a game if you have the game sidebar open wide. So on the left-hand side, there's like a little tab with like an icon for each game. And you can expand that out so it says the game, and then you've got like, your 3 dots for the options. Right, you have to click on the 3 dots, and then you can uninstall it. There's no other way to get to the clearly hidden uninstall menu. He had to Google this. Yeah, it's fucking clown shoes that
That's
Xbox
so
app
dumb.
on. It's not very well made. I think the whole Xbox experience on PC isn't that great. There's a lot of work to integrate it more into there. I'm guessing it's just really fucking difficult at the end of the day. I don't know.
I suppose so. I mean, you'd think that the new systems that they're building for the next selection of consoles, it's going to get easier, hopefully, for them.
You think so. He goes on to say, don't get me wrong, it's great value, £3.99 a month or less on various deals. But fuck me, they still have a shit ton of work to make it anything like usable.
Yeah, all fair points. And it's a cautionary tale for anyone who's super excited about jumping in on PC to that Game Pass system.
One thing that is quite nice on PC when you are playing games, you can do the old Windows, I think it's G button, and it brings up the what's it like, the Xbox overlay, and from there you can access like all your friends lists and everything like that. Now, if I say, for the instance of like the DLC or the online games like Surge 2, where it brings up your Xbox profile, if it brought that up and just like a little pop out window in that would solve the entire issue, I think, of this fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
And they actually said today that they're bringing more stuff to that Windows fucking hotkey button sidebar Xbox bar thing, whatever it's called, where I don't know, there's going to be loads more stuff. Like, they've already integrated Spotify into that, which is great. It means I haven't got to tab out the game and change whatever fucking song I'm listening to. I can do it in there as well. So I think they're working on these things. And like he said, like, he knows it's in beta. It's understandable, but for fuck's sake, come on, sort this out.
Yeah, I mean, Steam's led the way there with its overlay,
Yeah, totally.
Tab into its overlay with disrupting what you're running already.
Mm-hmm.
It uses very little processing power, and you can access your friends list and everything. The blueprint's there for them. I'm sure they'll get there, but yeah, it's pretty frustrating, a company of that size to launch something that gives such a bad impression.
Yeah, totally.
Seems like it's a very silly thing to do, but either way, thanks very much. That's really interesting and informative, and thanks so much for your input, buddy.
There's one more thing from Cosmic Dad. He has put a shitload of free games in our Discord. He bought the COVID-19 Humble Bundle, and he was like, I've pretty much got all of these games, so go nuts, buddies. So yeah, if you want some free games, there's some decent ones in there. Fill your boots.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find the Discord link on our website, the JfGpodcast.co.uk, and just get stuck in, come and join us, have a chat. And I'm sorry we've been absent for a bit. Biggest issue we've had recently is that I'm on an OpenReach broadband connection, copper from the cabinet.
Yeah.
My whole road is home and on the online all the time. I did a speed test this afternoon. I was getting 300 kilobytes while I was trying to work.
Nice.
Yeah, but bearing in mind I'm using like a VoIP phone a lot of the time as well. It's not really ideal, but Yeah, it seems to sort itself out in the evenings. I don't know if they're kind of throttling the street during the day or something, which
Yeah,
would
maybe.
be a really weird thing to do, but
Pretty
there
dumb.
we are. But yeah, this seems to have recorded okay, hopefully. But yeah, there you are. That's,
I'm here.
Kind of all she wrote, innit? Frankly.
Yes, buddy. It's been a good one.
What are your plans for the 4-day weekend, buddy? Off out to the park, down the beach.
Gonna go to the pub. Gonna go
Yep.
to the beach. Just gonna
theme park, ice rink.
just rub a load of people off.
Yep.
You know, as many as I can.
Very nice.
That's about it.
Gibbon.
What about you? Same?
Pretty much. Obviously, we can't do our pub quiz on Thursdays at the moment, so we've been doing an online version.
Right.
This week it was my turn to write the quiz, so it's a little bit unconventional as quizzes go. It's a bit more of a JfG podcast style quiz than your standard fucking general knowledge connections round
buddy.
bullshit. So,
That's better.
Gibbons. It's a Gibbons.
Is it like a quiz where, you know, I say what you see, and it's an audio thing, so they can't see what?
I've got an audio round. I've uploaded it to SoundCloud and labelled it 1 to 5, and people will be able to go on there and have a little listen. I've also got our normal pub quiz. We do a sort of family fortunes-esque round, like our survey says, where they ask like 100 people to name, like, I don't know, 5 different types of monkey or Julie Andrews films or
brown one,
whatever.
black one, white one.
So I've got that round, except it's our survey says, but it's only me who says. That's the name of the round.
I say
the first 5 things that came into my name them.
Nice.
That's and you know that's you're gonna have to have been paying attention to me as a character throughout.
Obviously,
your life and
you know.
friendship. And then you get that inside track, and you know what to guess.
Yeah,
so,
I like it. Yeah,
that seems fair.
Big one, small one.
If you don't know me very well, then you're punished, which is what you deserve.
Yeah, true. I like it. It's nice.
Gibbons.
Right. Should we fuck off?
I think so. I think that'll do us. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. Sorry we've been away. Hopefully we'll be back a bit more regularly now.
Gibbons.
And hope that you are keeping safe. Unlike every other form of entertainment or media or news or broadcast or website, I'm not going to tell you to wash your hands because
but wash your balls.
I don't need to tell you to do that. Nor do I need to tell you to stay in, because I don't need to do that. But yeah, thanks so much for listening anyway, and I hope that everyone's all good. Like everyone out there who listens to us, really hope you're getting on as well as you can, and hope you're going to be joining us again next time. Until then, I've been Alex.
If anyone who lives in Nottingham, lives in Nottingham needs something picking up from the shops, I go every other day.
Yeah, so he's out and about. Fucking Postman Pat. He'll bring you some fucking loo roll or whatever.
Fucking, you'll be lucky.
Give him a shout on the Discord.
Yeah. What do you need?
I dare you. Be hilarious. Go on. Cheers, buddies. We'll catch you next time. Take care.
Bye.